Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, I'm going to react to 5 super rare weather moments caught on camera. Now, I can't imagine what kind of things we're going to see here. Maybe, judging from the thumbnail for the video, it's going to be one of those multi-funnel tornadoes, which is really rare. Like, considering I've been watching tornado videos now for like 2+ years, and I think I've only seen one example of the like 3 or more funnels going at once. I think it actually might have only been 2. And so maybe like that, and maybe like super like huge hailstones, like hailstones the size of like, you know, baseballs. I don't know really what to expect here, but this kind of stuff really interests me. It's going to be a super fun video. Let's do it.
Extreme weather and powerful storms happen all over the globe.
Wow.
Every once in a while, though, somebody
that?
captures a moment on film that is so rare, it's hard to believe without seeing it for yourself.
Wow.
From a quadruple waterspout spotted in the ocean off the coast of Thailand, to heavy rain that is only hitting a single car in a packed parking lot.
No way.
Here are 5 rare weather moments that were caught on camera.
If you thought if that was your car, you would think someone was playing a prank on you or something.
Thailand is a country whose climate is very susceptible to extreme weather. They experience everything from floods and tropical storms to droughts and wildfires. This video, taken from Thailand, captures one of these weather moments on film. The only difference is that this isn't your typical weather. What we see here is actually a waterspout, a powerful vortex that usually appears as a funnel-shaped cloud over a body of water.
I see, so it's not a tornado, although it looks very similar to one.
In its most common form, it's a non-supercell tornado. The only thing is, in this video, there isn't just one waterspout, but 4 of them, all happening at the same time.
That's pretty crazy. This looks like they're in a Phuket or Chiang Mai, somewhere like that. If I saw that though in real life, I would be thinking, am I dreaming right now? Because you just never ever see anything like this. It's quite incredible to be fair. They seem quite benign. They don't really cause much damage, right?
Waterspouts by themselves aren't that rare of a weather phenomenon, as they're known to occur in many different parts of the planet. Seeing 4 at once, however, would make for quite the surprise. You'll know when a waterspout is about to happen because they always start the same way. A dark spot will appear on the surface of the water. Most waterspouts actually don't suck up water, even though that's exactly what it looks like is happening. The wind just isn't fast enough to suck water up high into the air. They're not as powerful as land tornadoes, although sometimes waterspouts spawned by cyclones can spin at some pretty fast speeds. But just because they're not as fast as land tornadoes doesn't mean they're harmless. Waterspouts can be pretty dangerous to boats, planes, and any people who get too close.
I see.
It's always recommended that you keep your distance from them. It's fun to watch from shore, like these people. But had they been hit in a boat by one of these, it could have been a different story.
I mean, yeah, you would not want to be flying a passenger plane through that cloud. Visibility would be so bad. Although I think passenger planes, apart from takeoff and landing, are pretty much flown by the black box, the autopilot system. But still, as a pilot being in the cockpit, you'd be pretty kind of like, wow, I can't see anything. Like.
On June 16, 2014, 2 tornadoes touched down simultaneously near Omaha, Nebraska. You can see in the video that unlike waterspouts, these are huge, thick columns of destruction.
I think Warren Buffett's from Omaha, Nebraska, isn't he?
This is what's known as a multiple vortex tornado. It's a type of tornado that has 2 or more columns that revolve around a common center. Each column has their own axes, but they're connected in some way. These two tornadoes took the life of one person, injured 19 others,
Oh my God.
and destroyed a small town called Pilger.
Terrible. It's huge. This is crazy. It looks like a movie, like a, you know, a scene from a movie. I wonder what it would look like being inside that tornado. You know, if you could like anchor yourself down and like look up, it'd be like indescribable.
Okay.
It's just RFD winds, Ricky, hitting us.
You know what? We can turn right up.
That one on the left is spinning at such a pace, like probably wreaking havoc on anything underneath it. So these guys are storm chasers, I'm guessing. Yeah, I think they are.
Okay, let's go. Let's creep.
Yeah, they are.
Just
You
keep
don't-
your eye right there.
You don't want to get too close. You don't want to get too close, that's the thing.
Looks like it's
It looks like that they're getting closer to each other, like they're going to sort of merge into one.
Okay.
The footage was captured by a group called Tornado Hunters, and luckily they were not injured in the making of the video.
Nice.
There is a similar phenomenon called a satellite tornado, which is where a smaller tornado will form near a large one within the same mesocyclone. This little satellite tornado will orbit the big one, and it ends up looking similar to a multi-vortex tornado. The two tornadoes in this video touched down in a part of North America known as Tornado Alley.
Right.
There's
Tornado Alley is like what states? Kansas, I think, North and South Dakota, and where else? El Reno, Texas. Like, what states make up Tornado Alley? I probably could name maybe 3 of them, but I'm sure I'm forgetting some.
There's no official border for Tornado Alley, but in general, it means northern Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota.
Okay,
On average,
and
Nebraska
Iowa.
gets 7 tornadoes per 10,000 square miles per year.
Wow.
That's a lot of tornadoes.
It is.
But an event like the one in this video is rare.
I just can't imagine what it must be like to, you know, see a proper tornado in the flesh. Must just be, like, for you guys who've seen many, it's like probably, you know, not that big a deal, but I've never seen anything like that before.
Rain is a weather event I'm willing to bet not a single person on Earth hasn't experienced at least once in their life. On its own, it's really not that exciting. But that all changed for one man in West Java, Indonesia, who captured one of the rarest types of rain on camera. In the video, you can see that some rain is coming down on a parking lot, or so it seems. If you look closely, you can see that only one single car is getting wet. At first, it looks like it must be some type of trick, but this is as real as it gets.
Incredible.
Mobil ini doang ini lihat nih. Yang lain kagak nih.
Localized
Nih,
rain.
yang lain gak ada yang hujan. Ini di mobil ini doang nih. Tuh. Masya Allah. Masya Allah.
That is so surreal.
Di sini doang hujan dia.
How is this happening?
Ini di situ doang tuh.
You can't believe it.
Tuh lihat tuh. Tuh hujan doang di situ doang.
Because you would think, like, if that was your car, you'd think someone has just hosed down your car. There's no way you would believe this if not for the video.
Luar biasa. Luar biasa, kok bisa ya? Kok bisa ya?
Crazy.
Eh.
I guess it's almost like a free car wash, kinda. Still going.
The phenomenon is a weather event that is definitely worthy of its own name. It's called a precipitation shaft, and it can happen with rain, hail, and even snow. How does this happen exactly? Well, as you can see in the video, it's not as though there's a tiny cloud right above that one car. Precipitation shafts are mostly found underneath convective clouds such as cumulonimbus clouds or cumulus congestus. Cumulonimbus clouds are dense and tall. Cumulus congestus also tend to be tall and occur in the middle to low height ranges for clouds. Now, precipitation shafts usually only happen during intense downpour rain. This is the kind of rain that has well-defined vertical drafts, both updrafts and downdrafts. Rain that is lighter and is more of just a drizzle can get spread out more. The water droplets weigh less, and so it's easy for the wind to just blow them all over the place. Developing rain shafts tend to have a fuzzy and bulbous appearance as they descend. The person taking this video is so close that you can't really tell, and so it just looks like someone turned a sprinkler on. I'm sure they were very confused at the time, and if I'm being honest, I'm still pretty confused myself, even though I just explained how it all works.
Isn't it like really cool how scientists can like work this stuff out? You know, you or I, the average person who's not a specialist in this subject, how would we even begin to work out, you know, what was causing that? It's just...
In August of 2018, there was a fire at a plastic factory in the small town of Woodville, England. The fire began late in the night, with crews first arriving on scene at 1:20 in the morning. When they got there, they were met with not only heavy damage to the building, but a massive fire whirl or firenado right in front of them.
Wow, what in the world is that? A fire tornado? You can, these are possible. If you saw this in a movie, you wouldn't believe it. You'd be like, ah, it's fake. Wow. Because wouldn't the wind put the fire out? But I'm guessing the wind must be really hot enough to sustain the fire, the flame. Like, what is that? I love how the people aren't attempting to put it out, they're just like watching in awe.
The firenado in this video is so large that it actually went out of frame, but thankfully didn't last all that long. The firefighters who filmed this video later posted it online, where it was quickly picked up by news organizations all over the world. Firenados like this one are created when thermal vents from the ground rise up, drawing in fire and ash. They start as a small whirl of wind, which you can actually see thanks to the smoke. If the conditions are just right, they'll soon form into full-blown fire tornadoes. Most often, they're rather small and don't last all that long, but are capable of sucking in debris and combustible gases to fuel themselves. Usually, fire whirls are not classifiable as tornadoes. This is because the vortex doesn't extend all the way from the ground to the cloud base, which is what technically makes something a tornado. Like waterspouts, just because fire whirls aren't technically tornadoes doesn't mean that they aren't dangerous. Fire whirls can get seriously hot. They've been known to get all the way up to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Way. Wow.
That's twice as hot as your run-of-the-mill campfire. Fire whirls happen most often during wildfires, so it's especially rare to see one form from a burning building.
I had no clue they got that hot. Like 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit's got to be what, like 1,000 degrees Celsius? You know, just unimaginably hot. Like, you know, you put your hand in that hand is gone.
Clouds are formed when water vapor turns to liquid water droplets. They collect on tiny floating particles in the air, and that's basically what creates the clouds we see every day. More often than not, clouds look just about the same all year round, and all over the globe. But that isn't always the case. There are several rare cloud formations that hardly ever form, but when they do, make quite the show.
Wow.
Back in August of 2020, a man in Florida noticed something strange in the sky. At the top of a cloud was a bright light that kept twitching and moving erratically.
Wow.
Unbeknownst to the man, what he was witnessing is known as a crown flash.
You can bet that a lot of people would think that was a UFO. To be honest, I would believe it if I saw that and someone said, "Oh, that's a UFO." I'd be like, "Wow, so this is it." This is how the alien invasion starts.
One of the rarest meteorological phenomena.
What the hell? I hope it's getting it on the camera. I can't even see the screen. Holy shit.
That is pretty crazy.
What in the hell?
I feel you, bro. I feel you. It definitely looks otherworldly.
This is bizarre. You see that?
Bizarre. Sounds like he's from New England.
See that cloud right there? See that bright spot? Now watch at the top in that little view where that bright spot is. Watch that bright spot jumping around.
It's so weird. It really
I
is
see that.
super strange. Kind of looks like some kind of like homing beacon.
What in the hell is going on? This is bizarre. This is crazy.
It is super weird. It's almost mesmerizing.
Whoa, look at that! The red one, you see that?
I love this guy's reaction.
All throughout the video, the man can be heard in awe of what he is seeing. It almost looks like the light is dancing around with no particular rhyme or reason. When researching this entry, I discovered that we don't even actually have a concrete explanation as to why crown flashes occur.
Ah, so it could be aliens. Oh.
A leading hypothesis is that light is reflecting off of ice crystals, and the movement of the crystals creates the movement effect in the light. The man filming the video said the light lasted about 10 to 15 minutes, just enough time to take out his camera to capture it on film.
Nah, it was an abduction. It was an alien abduction.
Extreme weather and powerful storms happen all the time on our planet. Every once in a while, someone captures a weather event so rare, it's hard to believe it's even real. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more
video.
extreme weather and...
That video was fantastic. Really enjoyed it. Every single entry was completely worthy of being in this video. From the water spout event, it was like 4 or 5 water spouts at the same time. Literally looked like it was CGI to me. To the fire tornado, to the localized rain on that one car, to that last sort of beacon, the light flashing beacon in the cloud. It was really like, honestly, if you showed these videos to a lot of people, they would just disregard them as fake. They really would. But it just shows you that, Mother Nature is capable of really incredible and jaw-dropping things. There's probably a lot that we just still cannot explain. Obviously, we've got amazing and brilliant scientists who do their best, but look at the last one. We still don't really know what causes it to happen. Really fascinating. Which one for you was the most interesting to you? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.